Hi, I'm Imogen Lamport from Inside Out Style.
And I'm Jill Chivers from shopyourwardrobe.com. In this video we want to talk about style ruts and how to know if you're in one and how to get out of one if you've found yourself in one. And it is an important concept, it is, because it's one of the things that can make a woman feel bad about herself and bad about her life, and feel a host of other things that don't serve her. And we know that clothing affects how we feel, and really clothing should be a tool that makes us feel good. And so we thought this would be a really interesting topic to talk about. And for me, when I think about style ruts, I think about, looking outdated and having a timestamp on me, or people thinking that I'm so stuck on one thing, you'll never guess what it is, perhaps leopard print, that, I can't get off it. And some of those things come to mind for me, and I think, they are things to have kind of in my peripheral vision. I confess it isn't a front and centre. It's not something I think about every day, every week, or even every month. It's just more of I should check in with this from time to time to make sure that I'm not overdoing something, or I haven't developed a blind spot around an element of my style that everybody else can see, but I can't.
And I think too, and we have talked about timelines before. We've talked about how some people have slower change and other people are faster. And I think too that there's actually, with a style rut, there's an internal sense of dissatisfaction. Yeah. That I think it's not a rut. If you just love it, like if you are feeling really like this feels fresh and new to me still, it's probably not a rut. But if you kind of are going, I'm putting on this old thing again, if there's that sort of sense of dissatisfaction, then I think that's when you're going, okay, there's a rut. Or it can be things, and I'll see this too, where women will say, I just feel like I've suddenly realised my entire wardrobe is full of V-neck tops and a plain pant, and I've suddenly gone, I feel so boring and dull, and where I really kind of got, and they feel stuck. And I think that's why it's stuck in a style rut. It's not, I mean, like we all have some, signature style elements, like, Jill has her leopard print, which she is wearing. See, she has her leopard print ring on, and she actually has a leopard print belt on.
Which you can't really see.
She can't really see. There's always leopard print.
And even if you can't see it, I'm wearing it.
Yes. And so this is where, but it's not head to toe leopard print every day. And I think this is where, signature style, if it was a rut, might be, I wear exactly the same leopard print thing day in, day out, and I never change, versus Jill has a very creative way of always adding that leopard print in. And that is not rut-like.
And it feels fresh and new to me. Although I tell you, I had this really interesting experience. A woman I know reasonably well said I was walking towards her, and I wasn't wearing a leopard print, sort of head to toe. I had a small, I can't remember, it might have been a handbag.
Or shoe or something.
Yeah, something like that. And I walked past her, and she ran after me, and she said, Jill, I didn't recognise you. I didn't recognise you. And I thought, wow, that is really interesting that leopard print has become such an identity. Yeah, it is now fused with my identity for some people. And I didn't make that mean anything negative. I know for some people it might have meant something different, but for me it didn't mean anything negative, but it certainly caught my attention. And I think that can be an interesting thing, is if something is identified with you, and we know people for whom this is true. I know women for whom particular colours are their thing. It's pink, or it's purple, or it's green.
People, my daughter's friend the other day said, do you really like blue? I said, I do, but it's because it suits me.
Yeah.
But I really like it as a colour.
Yeah. And is that a style right? See, I would say there's no obvious answer to that. Might be, might not be, depends on.
I'm not dissatisfied.
Yeah.
I like the blue. I'm quite happy with the blue. And the thing is, another blue, like at the moment I've got lots of the kind of cobalt blue, because that's what's been around, and it's a blue that suits me. Sure. But what'll happen, I've got turquoise, but then what'll happen is in, a couple of years' time, it'll be a different blue, because that's the blue that's around, and I can, that's what's ended up filtering into my wardrobe.
And you bring fashion trends in more frequently, say, than me. It's not a rapid turnover, but you do like to do that. You like to bring in fresh new things.
Yeah. And it's often a new colour, and it'll often be one, that's a colour that's in fashion, that really suits me. I'll have some of that, because I know it will disappear, and I'll never see it again. It's like, when you're going, I really want that turquoise thing, and you can't find turquoise for love nor money.
Yes. Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
so and I suppose that's where I'll go, okay, well, it's here now. I like it. It suits me. And we've talked about, fashion trends.
And before you know it, mustard will be in and you won't be able to.
And I will just be like going, well, that's not for me.
Yeah.
So
the other thing I was thinking just before about style ruts is when you think of what a rut is, if it's a soil, passageway,
Right.
things can get planted in that as well.
Yes.
So that's another way of thinking about it. It can be a fertile place for things to grow and develop.
I think one of the things with the rut is often we've just worn that path in, and like I've talked about before, that I see style as a highway.
Right.
And a rut is when you're stuck in one lane.
Right.
And you have no ability, you're not moving out of that lane. You're just too scared to get out of the slow lane.
Yeah.
And you're stuck there rather than actually, and this is where I think knowledge, I mean, to me, knowledge is power for all these things. That the
Yes.
more you know about yourself, the more you can go, because most women get stuck in a rut when they go, I don't want to waste any more money on stuff, because they
Yes.
go, I'm sick of everything in my wardrobe. And they go out shopping and they go, I'm going to buy head to toe floral, and they're a leopard print person.
Yeah.
And then they, or some, geometric or something, and they're just not that person.
Yeah.
And then they get it home and they put it on, they go, it's not me, it doesn't feel right. And they go, I've wasted all this money, I'm never spending money again on something that's not safe.
Yes.
And I think this is where, so the more you know, the more you have that ability to actually see all your range of possibilities.
Yeah.
Then you can go, I can go in this lane and that lane, and today I feel like
Yeah.
being over there, but it's still part of your style.
Yeah, or I'm getting off. I'm taking a diversion. I'm
Yes.
going to, go and explore the, the wine district for a little
Yeah.
while and come back on.
But but it's on my highway.
Yeah.
I'm not trying somebody else's highway,
Yeah,
and I think
yeah.
that's where we get out of one lane.
Yes.
And that's, and it's just, but this is where knowledge comes in to
Yeah.
go, okay, well, I've been wearing, like, yellow used to not really be in your wardrobe so much, but it's one of the things you've brought in recent years.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's going, okay, I need to go, like, because I know all the colours that suit me, so now I'm going to bring in a new one.
Yeah, so I had 2 colours and now I wear 4.
Yeah.
So I've really expanded.
But it is, you've doubled your number of colours.
Hey, that's true. Absolutely.
200%, Jill.
When you look at it like that, I feel so much better. See, I can embrace change. I can.
So I think it's something, that's, so when you're thinking, am I stuck in a rut?
Yeah.
Then it's am I really, am I dissatisfied?
Yeah.
Do I feel like when I look in the wardrobe, I am bored?
Yeah.
Because that's often the thing. You open up your wardrobe, you go, does that bore me, stupid? Or do I still see possibility?
Yeah.
Jill will open up her wardrobe and see endless possibility.
Yes.
Which means no rut.
Yeah.
Versus when you open up and you're bored.
Yeah.
And then it's how do I get out? And this
Yeah.
is where Evolve Your Style comes in, like
Oh, yeah.
challenging yourself to do something different.
Yeah, every day. And what I like about what you've just said there is that they're internal measures. It's not, I've been told I'm in a style, although external
Sometimes
information can be helpful.
for
Somebody
some
making a
people,
comment.
It might be. And then you went, okay, she said leopard print, and then I have to go, is that relevant or maybe not?
Yeah.
So, but or sometimes it might be the comment where you go, I haven't changed my hairstyle in 10 years, and maybe I am looking dated now.
Yeah.
So I think that it's kind of then assessing, like, is that a relevant comment or not?
Yeah, absolutely. And deciding for yourself, you get to choose. And that's what's so fabulous about it. And, we can all find ourselves in, a little bit of a boring space. Yeah. And I think it's a good thing. It's at least a good exercise to go through to say, well, am I in a style rut? And the answer might be, I've pondered it and I've thought about it and I was a little bit, and here's the remedy for it. Or, you know what, I'm okay.
And even if you're, if you're wondering, like, do a style challenge.
Yeah.
Spend a month wearing something different every day, sort of thing. Do a style challenge, like Evolve Your Style. And then you'll really know, because you've spent a month trying some different things.
And talk about risk-free. To do Evolve Your Style, you don't have to buy a single garment to do it. That's what I love about it, is you're playing in your own wardrobe.
So it is that sort of thing. It's like, try some different things and then see how you feel. Because if at the end you go, I'm still completely happy with everything I was doing, perfect.
Yeah.
But if at the end you go, I'm not happy with that, then you were in a rut.
Absolutely. Tell us about your style ruts, when you got into them and how you got out of them. I think we'd be really interested to read your comments.
Absolutely.